Okay, so in the last session we created this some simple web page, right? So using Flex. So I gave some tasks to you to complete that. Have you did that? Did you complete it? Hello, hello. Is I audible? No, sir. Okay, okay. So no, tomorrow I will complete for sure. Okay, okay, no problem. Okay, no problem. Why I am actually saying means I know what will happen at the end of the session if you do not do the task. Okay, it's very hard to continue this session. So that's why I'm saying to you to do daily whatever we are learning. You just want to make sure to practice that. So that's why I'm really giving the task. If you not practice that, uh, it will cause some problem when the end of the session. So that's why I'm saying. So please try to do tomorrow. Okay. So no problem today. So today we get into animations. Okay. So the basic properties of animations. How so afterwards we use the animation and we can implement in our project. Okay, so today we just getting an intro of animations. So index.html. So this one is a style.css. So today we're going to use animation only in a Java, only in a CSS. Okay, we are not going to use any JavaScript like kind of events when the mouse is actually moving or when the event is click happening like that. We're just going to use only the CSS to create an animation. So first thing, I created a index.html file and one style.css. So here I want to give some my emit code, default code. So here I just give CSS animations. Animation. So here I'm going to create one div. Okay, the div class take a class of any box, animation box. I'm in the short form. I'm giving a any. Okay, so the any box. So I'm going to animate this box using the CSS. So today we're going to learn a lot of some other. There is not a lot of properties. We have only like more than 6 or 7 properties for animations. Okay, so we do that today. So first thing I created this. Okay, so things good. So now I'm coming back to my. So here I'm just that we always use the default code margin 0 pixel and the padding is 0 pixel. Okay. So and also I'm going to change the body color to kind of gray background color to hash 111. Okay. So I'll open this in my browser. So I think I didn't
You did not give
the
the
CSS.
link.
Yeah. So I link the CSS now. So the body color got changed now. Okay. So now then the second thing, I want to take this class into my CSS file. So here I'm just going to put some width to that box. Width is 200 pixel and the height is 200 pixel. Then we're going to put some background color here. So the starting background color is actually the white. Okay. Okay. So this is the box we created. Okay. So we gave that 200 pixel of height and width and some background color. So the rectangle created here. The second step is before we gonna start the animation. So we want to give particular name to that particular element. Okay. So that I'm going to give a name here. So I just copy and paste the syntax or the properties. Okay. CSS animations. I'm not gonna go through all this. So just I'm copying this. Okay. I'm not gonna take any examples from this website and all. Just copy and paste only. Okay. So there is a at keyframe, animation name, animation duration, animation delay, animation iteration count, animation direction, animation timing function, animation fill mode, animation. This is a short property for all these properties. Okay. So at last I will explain you what is this. So now first, if you want to animate something in your document, you want to give some animation name. Okay. You want to give some identifier to that. So for that, I'm going to give a animation name called color change. Okay, so color change, color change. Okay, so this is the animation name I gave. So the second step, what the second step is, you want to call the color change animation name as an identifier. So to do that, you want to use a at keyframe as a syntax. Okay, so this is a key syntax. So this keyframes takes an identifier. What you want to identify here, the color change. Okay, so this is one you want to animate the elements. So I'm just referring that name here. That's the third step. What the box color should want to change now. So now it's basically a white color. So I want to change that white color to red color. Okay, so white or red or some other color. Okay, any color, no problem. So here first we have a frame. Okay, so start from the background color is white. So it's a white. To what color you want to change? So the color you want to change, the background color should be in a blue. Okay, so now I gave it. Now if I come back here, it's actually animating. Okay, we cannot see anything here, doesn't changing anything. But why means we want to give some duration to happen that animation, then only you can able to see that animation what actually changing there into the red to white to blue, white to blue. Okay, because it's actually now the animation is happening. What actually happening, the animation is very fast now. It's actually happening in a milliseconds. Okay, so milliseconds is very fast. Even 0.01 second in milliseconds it's actually happening. I want to give some duration, so I'm just going to give some 5 seconds here. Okay, so this animation takes 5 seconds to change the color. Okay, so to from white to blue, it takes 5 seconds to change that color. So now I'm coming back here to my browser. When I refresh this, now it's the color is actually changing. Okay, after that it go to the default state. Okay, let's go to the white because it's not gonna stay. But what happened here, first thing, we created a box. So the box takes a width of 200, height of 200, and some background color. The default background color is white. Then we gave a name here called color change. Whatever you can give, whatever the name you want. For to make a sense, I gave a color change here. Okay, so then we gave some duration here called 5 seconds. So it takes 5 seconds to animate. What should animate? From white to blue. We are changing the background color white to blue. Take 5 seconds of the duration, so that now whenever I refresh my browser, it should take 5 seconds to change to white to blue. Okay, this is the basic example of how the animation is actually working. Okay, so this you always want to give a duration, then only you can see the animation what's actually happening. If you not give that animation timing, it should happen, but you cannot able to catch that in your eyes. Okay, because it is very fast. So the third thing, okay, so this is a very basic example. Some people, if you want to change a particular thing like from to two, you can use like this way, to from to two, to move from element like here to here. You can use a 0 to 300 pixel like that. But I'm going to use in a different way called in a percentage. Okay, so everything start from 0 to 100% in real life also, everything. Okay, so I'm going to give some specify the percentage using 0, 25, 50, 75, 100 like that. I'm going to specify the thing now. So in that time of percentage, I'm going to change some color. Okay, I'm going to change some different colors. So here first thing, I'm just going to give a 0%. First thing, 0%. What will happen? What should happen in 0%? It's actually starting. Okay, the 0%, it's actually basically a white color. So then the second thing, 25%. You can give whatever the percentage you want here, like 0, 5, 10, 25, like that way also, no problem. But I'm just stick with this 25 like this way. Okay, so then I'm just giving a background color called red in when it actually came into 25, come into 25. So then 50%. So the background color should be in a blue. So the background color in a blue. Then we have 75%. So in that 75%, I'm just giving a color called orange. At last, that 100%. So in the 100%, I'm going to give a background color called green. Okay, so now if I didn't give that animation duration, this gonna run the animation, but we cannot able to catch within our eyes because it is very fast. Okay, once I give the animation duration to 5 seconds, it takes 0 to 100% animation as a 5 second. Okay, so if I come back here, when I refresh the page, first thing 25 red, blue, orange, green. Okay, so again I refresh, so 0, 25. Yeah, it's actually happening 0 to 100 per like a kind of percentage. So I'll keep like this way. Okay, so that you can easily understand this. Okay, so now you see, if I refresh, the 0 is white, then 25 red, blue, orange, and the last is green, and the status animation status going back to white color. Okay, so you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that's cool. Then now I'm going to move this element. Okay, now so far just we change the colors only, so I can able to move the direction of this element. Okay, so that I can do whatever I want here. So that I'm going to make some one round of this element. Okay, so that what I'm going to do, the second step is, starting is left is 0. Okay, the 0 pixel, so it start from 0 pixel, and the top is also 0 pixel. Okay, everything start from 0 0. Okay, so the what's gonna happen when we hit the 25%, the left should want to 300 pixel, and the top should be in a 0 pixel. And the same, I'll just copy and paste it here. Here the left is 300 pixel and the top is 300 pixel. Here the left is 0 pixel and the top should be in a 300 pixel. At last both should be so it will come like this way, so 0 0. Okay, so 0 pixel 0 pixel. Now once I saved this color property is actually working now. Even though I gave some left property, I'm moving the element here, but why the element is not moving here? What's the problem? You know already the answer, but you want to just think a little bit. Just think why the element is not moving from here to here. What happened? What is actually happening? Why it's not moving? Just think. So what is the default position of the element in HTML?
Left side top one.
No, there is, I teach you that 4 types of positions in HTML, like static, relative, absolute, and fixed, right? So what will happen if you give left to the, if you are trying to move the element for the static position, what will happen?
It will not change if we move the cursor also, it will be in the same
Your
place.
voice is very low, I couldn't hear your voice.
It will be in the same place if we
Yeah,
drag the
so
cursor also. That will be in static.
okay, so in the static we can't able to give the left or top any other positions, right?
It will be in the
So this
same
is a
place.
basic default. So the static is actually we can't able to move the elements from here to here or anything. So even though whatever I give here, okay, but if I change this to relative here, I can able to start the move. Okay, because now the element is started as a take the element, we change the static position to relative position, so that it gonna move from there. Okay, you understand this?
Yes,
What you understand? Okay, why percentage, sir? Yeah, yeah, actually everything is going to be in a percentage in animation. Okay, so if you are if you see a game kind of things, they will calculate most of the time in percentage only. Okay, so all starts from 0 to 100%. What it's going to happen in between that 0 to 100%? For example, we are changing the color, so there is a lot of examples, like if you want to animate some kind of birds, so you need to give some here to here 0%, right? So left to right is 0%. So I start the bird from here to 0%. I want to make a rotate the bird in the 50%. I want to disappear the bird in the 100%, so that we are using a percentage. Okay, so like that we
So
should
what
calculate.
will happen like if we didn't give the 100 and we stop till 50 itself? Means what
what
will happen?
what
If you're not completing the percentage, what will happen? So will it not work or we have to complete it?
Yeah, actually when we completing the percentage, it should go back to the 0% state only. The
Okay,
default
till
state.
100, should we need to give something like this?
Till 100 we need to give. Your voice is seriously very low. Bro, are you listen clearly? Actually, your voice, can you please type that, because your voice is very too low. I okay. So the second step is what we're going to do. So here the first step, so we cannot able to move the position static, right? So that we are using the position relative here. So left 0, top 0, and left and top. So that left and 0 pixel, top 300 pixel, and left 0 0, the default state. That the last 100% we are changing that. Okay. So to that basic in the same place. So if I refresh this, it takes a 25 to 300 and top 300 and left 350%, and 75% zero is cancelling, it's coming to here, and in the 100, so it both are going back to 0. So that's why it's actually started from 0 to started left to 0 and top 0, and ending with left to 0, top 0. So we want to calculate the animation using this percentage only. Okay, so this is one example. So now we'll get into the properties. Okay, so we saw that animation name and animation duration. So there is a lot of properties here. So animation delay, what is animation delay gonna do? So animation delay takes a 2 seconds. If I refresh this page, it wait for 2 seconds. After that only it should start the animation. Okay, this is called the animation delay. So it wait for 2 seconds and then it should start that animation. So this is animation delay. Then animation iteration count. So animation iteration count, I'm just giving a 2 here. Okay, so it's wait for 2 seconds. After that it start rotating, and then again it should start. Okay, because I make the iteration to count 2. So after 2 times happen, it gonna stop. Okay, so how many numbers if you are giving here, it gonna run the animation until that number number reached. Okay, so if I gave the infinity here, so you know what's the infinity, it doesn't end. Okay, so it should run always, so it not gonna stop. So wait, it's not gonna wait also. When the starting only the animation delay wait. Okay, after that it should start running. It should not stop. Okay, so this is animation iteration count. Okay, so I will just command this and I make a copy of it in the bottom. I just change to 2 here, so it takes it 2 times. So then we have animation timing function. Okay, so what does the animation timing function will do? So if I call the animation timing function here, so it takes a linear. Okay, so linear, easy, so there is a lot of options here, but you cannot able to see any difference here. I'm using linear, it's actually very smooth, it's animating very smooth. Okay, if I use ease in and out, it start as very fast in the beginning. So it is very, actually, how do I say, it's very hard to explain. I have another way to explain you this, so I will do that. Okay, so here I'm just creating another div called any to box. Okay, you want to know what are the difference happening in the linear, is in, is out, like that, you know. So that I just command this out now for now. So here I'm just going to call the any box 2, and also I'm going to have some inside div here. Okay, so kind of 6 divs here. So all 1 2 3 4 5 6 divs here. Okay, here for the basic, I'm just going to I'm going to give a basic property called width is 550 pixel and the height is 50 pixel, and the background color is blue. Okay, so if I create this, we should get like this one. We are actually creating all the div inside that animate to box. So here I'm going to give a margin bottom like 15 pixel, so that I can get the outside of the space of each and every boxes inside that any box to the div. Okay, so the second step, I'm going to give an animation name here called move. Okay, so then animation duration, I'm going to give it as a 5 seconds. Okay, so this is what I need. Then I'm going to give a iteration count also. The animation iteration count. Just take this and I add it here and I change it to a infinity. Okay, so it's gonna run, not gonna stop. So we gave name, duration and iteration count to infinity. So the second step, I'm going to give a fill mode. Okay, the animation timing function, I'm going to give a timing function each of every div inside that any box. Okay, but I'm not going to give the same thing. I'm going to make it a different functions. So if here for the first child, I'm targeting the nth child 1. So I'm just take this timing function and paste it here. So here I'm going to give a linear in the starting. The first child is linear. I'm just keep do like this way. So this one should be in a is, this one is here is in, this one is here is in and out. So this one is out. So this one should be 2, this one 3, this one 4, this one 5. So the last one we're gonna have a 6. So this one we can also give a custom cubic bracer also. I will explain what is cubic bracer. Okay, so now I target each and every child inside that any box too. So it has a default value of 50 pixel height, 50 pixel width, and background color, margin bottom, animation name called blue, sorry, the move, and the animation duration and animation iteration count. Okay, what should I want to do with this animation move? The second step, I want to identify this. Okay,
But keyframe.
so what? So it takes a keyframe, takes identifier. So I should want to give the identifier here a move. So frame, okay, I'm just giving a frame. So left is 0 pixel and 2 is left to like 300 pixel. Okay, so now if I save this, it's gonna work or not? If I save this, this box will move or not?
No, sir.
Why it should
Position is static.
Yeah, so it's in a static position. So if I save this box should not move because it's in static position in a default. So I want to give a position relative. So once I save this, it's actually moving here. Okay, so it takes 5 seconds. Okay, you see we gave the animation duration to all the boxes as a 5 seconds only. Okay, but everything is actually happening in a different kinds of movement, you see. So this is what actually holding that animation timing function. It changed that animation speed little bit. Okay, it gives some smoothness to the animation. You see the linear is very slow. Okay, you see the linear is very slow, but the completion is actually gonna same. The start and completion is actually gonna same, but it in between the running animation 0 to 100, it has some little bit difference. Okay, so there is the movement there, we have some difference in between the speed. So if you see the linear is actually same. Okay, it start from the same speed and end with same speed, but what the ease does, start from speed, okay, and end with slow. So what the ease in do, start from very slow and end with fast. Okay, you see the end is very fast. So here you see the ease in and out, start from small and end, and the in between the middle is actually very speed, the ease. Okay, the ease out is something different from the ease in. So it starts from fast and end with slow. The cubic bracer, it's actually a custom thing. Okay, you can actually we not gonna use in as a web developer. For a gaming or kind of things, we can use lot of cubic bracer. So what the cubic bracer does, so we can create some custom animation. How do we want to animate the thing? Okay, so for example, if I do like this way, okay, I'm just doing like this way. So I don't know how it's actually working. So this is the way how it's like work. So I just keep it like that. You see there is a E is linear. So these are the graph map of linear. Okay, so E is linear like that way. So I'm just giving this normal cubic. So I just copy this. So I just make this some, okay, I'll just copy this. So if I come back here, it's actually gets back some code. I'm just gonna paste it here. If I come back here, this is where you see this is actually something different happening here. It's actually going front and coming back and started going again to the front. Okay, so this is the timing function. We're not gonna use much this one. We always use that linear or ease in, ease out, not gonna the cubic bruiser. So this is the difference between what is the timing function. Okay, so the linear ease and in out. So you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the last step, I just make sure to command this out. I don't need this here after anymore to explanation. I gave that. So I just also command this also and also this one. Okay, so now we have animation. So it's gonna run the animation now. Okay, everything is good. So we have another property called animation fill mode. Okay, so we have also the animation direction. So I will show there's only a two property. So here what I'm going to do, I'm just going to give a border. Okay, so the border start from 0 pixel, 0 pixel, 0 pixel, 0 pixel. I just take this out, and for the left one I'm just going to make it as a 50 percentage. For the when it's go to the 50 percentage, I'm going to make both the left and right to 50-50, and this one should be 50 percentage, 50 percentage, 50 percentage. So on the last we're gonna have that all 50 percentage, 50 percentage, 50 percentage, 50 percentage, 50 percentage. So it should change as a circle. Okay, so if I save this, why it's not happening? Okay, the border radius, I'm giving the border. Okay, sorry. So if I save this, so first step, it's actually changed to 0. Actually it's happening some curve. Okay, so we are making some curves whenever they're happening, the 0 to 25 and 50 and 75. At last when it's come to 100, it's got a circle. Okay, because the all corner we are making as a 50 percentage of corners, so everything is good. So now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to add I'm just going to make it as a 2 and animation direction. Yeah, direction. So first one is normal. Okay, so the normal is default, so it should start from the same way how it's actually worked in the previous time. So it's not going to change anything, so it start as same thing, so it's going to run 2 times. Okay, so that's good. So the second step, what the second step, we have reverse. What the reverse going to do, so it's going to take the animation in a reverse mode. Okay, so it start from reverse. So now it's actually starting from reverse. So this is a reverse. So what about alternative reverse? There is only 3. So the alternative, first one is alternative. So it start from 1 to the right side and then gonna hit and come again, this come back to the same position with this back. Okay, everything is good. So at last, alternative reverse. So I just make it is actually started from reverse and it's going to start from the forward movement. Okay, so this is difference between about the alternative and alternative reverse, reverse and normal. So this is a animation direction, I keep it as a normal. Okay, so then the last we have a fill mode. So this is a fill mode. So the animation fill mode takes up for none. The basic is none. Okay, default value is none, so it's not gonna change anything. So it start from the same way and end with same way. Okay, so that's good. So I keep it as a no, I keep it as an alternative. Okay, so here I'm just going to give a backward and save that. Once the animation fill mode, how it's gonna fill the animation. So the 2, it's gonna run in a backward. So we keep it as a animation alternative reverse, right? Okay, so I'll change this to, actually backward is also the same thing. If I use the forward here, if I change the forward here, okay, it start from this one. Okay, so now it's gonna start from this side. What it's going to do, it's going to stop with the circle. Now it's gonna change to the previous state. Okay, so this is what the animation fill mode forward is doing. It's gonna leave that animation into the previous state with that box, the rectangular shape. No, what it's actually doing, it's stopping that animation what the last movement happened in the 100 percentage. So this is what happened in the 100. So whenever you give animation fill mode to forward, it should stop in this mode itself, so that we can now still we can see the circle here. Okay, so this is the basics of animation. So these are the properties we gonna use. Okay, so this is the basic understanding. You will use this later in our project. Before that, you want to understand how these things are actually working, right? So the last thing, I don't want to give all the properties like this way. Okay, there is a easy method we can use in a short term also. There is one property. So I take this all things. Okay, so instead of calling one by one each other like this way, we can call the animation directly here. It shows you the name, duration, timing function, delay, iteration count, and direction, all the things. Okay, so if I change what the name we gave, the color change, so I can pass it here. The duration is 5 seconds, so I can pass it here. The timing function, what the timing function we gave, is in and out, so I can pass it here. What the delay, it takes a 2 seconds. Okay, what the iteration count we used 2. Okay, so I just give it a 2 here. The direction, what the direction we use, alternative reverse. Okay, so I give it here. The fill mode is forward. Okay, so you can use it in a one single property itself. It should work same as like what we done before.
If we don't want to use any property, means instead of adding that, what we want to do, sir?
If you don't know the
Don't want to add the property, means what
if you
that
don't want to add the property, means you can get rid of it. Okay, it's not gonna do it not gonna show some any errors. Okay, it's only avoid that actual property what you take out. Okay, so if you not put the 2 here, it should run only one time, because the iteration count is 2 we gave, but we used to call it as a 1. Wait 1 minute. So if I come back here, so it should only runs only for one time. Okay, then it should stop. So if you don't give, if you give only the direction, duration and delay, so not only the, not also the delay, only the name and the how many, how much the duration you want to do the animation, you can give it as a 5 seconds. So it's only gonna run for only for that particular property only. Okay, you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
okay, Asima, you understand, right? Okay, so this is the basic explanation of animation. We get into later about how do we use the animation in the in our project for some kind of things. Okay, so I will give you that explanation also, and I'll give you some real world examples. So before that, you need to work it out by yourself about the basics, how these actual properties are working. So today, go on home and take a look at it. Okay, if you see, if yesterday you didn't complete your task. Okay, so you are actually loading another load in your task. So this is very hard to do that daily, right? So you are going to focus on two things now. One is for you want to make a web page, and also you want to make a this anime, you want to learn this animation properties also. That's why I'm saying you, whatever we are learning, just give some half an hour time for daily. Okay, half an hour is enough. I don't give a bigger task at all. Okay, so I'm just giving a small task. It takes only the half an hour, or more than, it's not gonna take more than 1 hour. Only the takes in between the half an hour to 1 hour. So just take the time and work it out, so that you can able to remember all the things what we are actually learning daily. So that today, please go and take your time and work it out this property. It is very easy, there is no logic here, but for the web page you want to use some logic there, to make a flex and to give some spacing there. So first do that. Okay, so you also have some video reference also, you can again you can watch again and again, so there's no problem for that. But please do the task. So again I'm saying, if you don't do the task, this this course is actually not gonna help you out as in your future. Seriously, I'm saying, because I know, I teach a lot of people. I know that how doing task people will perform at the end of the course, how not people actually, how the other people will not they're not, their performance is not good actually, so they don't practice each and every day. So that's why I'm saying repeatedly, so please take care of us. So go and do the task daily so that you can understand the daily thing what we are learning. Okay, so today's section is that's all. So if you have any doubt, you can ask me now. Is there any doubt you have? Just
No,
don't
sir.
ask me that where we can use the animation and all. I will give you all the explanation. Okay, I'm not the teacher, like only the steps what we going to give that. Okay, I'm going to give all the things where we gonna use and how do we want to implement all the things in our applications and the project we're going to build when we get into the web page. Okay, so don't worry about it. I will give you the example where to use the animation kind of things. But as starting, so this is the basic rule and the basic properties how the animation is actually working. So within this 6 property only we going to make a some bigger animation, or all the bigger animation is going to happen within the 6 properties only. So that I'm again saying there is no another property, there is no another logic, this only the logic. So we're going to use this only the name, duration, delay, iteration count, direction, timing function, and fill mode. So that's all. So there is no other magical properties at all in the outside of the scope. So just go and learn this today and just make a practice and work it out and you will find the way. Okay, after that I will teach you that how we can use the implementation process in the project when we get into that. Okay, so yeah, okay, so anyone have any doubt?
Actually, I joined late today, so a
Okay,
little bit
okay, so actually
confused.
no problem, bro. It is very easy, no problem. You go through the video. Okay, there is no logic at all here. It's just I explained the how the property is actually working. Okay,
Okay,
so
sir.
these are very small properties, not gonna I didn't give any bigger logic and all. So just a small logic kind of things, we just make some simple animation. Afterwards, once you go through that, afterwards I will give you some super examples. Okay, how to we create some animation like character animation, like kind of things we can do. Okay, so okay, shall we close?
Okay. Sir, actually, I have
Yes,
created the
don't.
page, flex page. So, can I share you that
Yeah,
code
yeah,
on
yeah, sure,
WhatsApp?
sure, you can. I will stop my screen, you share the screen. Okay,
Okay, sir. Sir, who's disabled participant screen sharing?
screen is not sharing. Okay, wait 1 minute. I think 1 minute. It's not okay.